Hi everyone, this is the discipleship guide that you'll be using. This is the first one. So I'm going to take you through how to use the guide. Now, this guide should be used for at least 3 weeks. Every time you get a guide, try and make sure you use it for between 2 to 3 or 4 weeks even. I want you to resist the urge to complete and just move on, because discipleship is not about you completing the guide only. It is about life application. So do resist the urge just to fill in the form and then just move on to the next one, because it's really not about that. The whole idea is to use the guide to build relationship. If you're a discipler working with a disciple, the idea is that you use the guide to know them, to know how they think, what they think. And if you're a disciple, the idea is to use the guide to learn, and also to learn about your discipler, to learn from the person discipling you, not only to learn Bible scriptures, but to learn about their life too. So you get to know their life. The Bible tells us that whilst Jesus was praying, after he finished praying, the disciples said to him, "Lord, teach us how to pray." How could they know how he prayed if they didn't observe him? So the whole idea is about you also observing your discipler and learning from them. And some information is repeated for emphasis, and just want you to know that we are always here to help you. Okay, since this is the first time that you're getting this, and when you're discipling someone, as time goes on, this is also the first guide they're going to use. So you need to ask them from the beginning. This is a first timers question. Ask them in the beginning, and then follow up with asking them every 30 days. First question: what do you want to get out of this discipleship relationship? That's what I'm going to be asking you as your discipler, and that's what you should ask the person or the people you're discipling. Ask them, what do they want to get out of this discipleship relationship? The second question is, tell them to write down 3 goals they want to achieve over the next 3 months. What do they want to do over the next 3 months? Spiritually, that could be they want to read certain numbers of chapters in the Bible, or they want to pray for particular minutes, or they want to walk and study particular things in the scriptures. What is it? Then you want to also ask them, what do they want to learn emotionally? What do they want to achieve emotionally? What do they want to achieve physically? Then ask them about their business or their career. What do they want to do in the next 3 months? Remember, this discipleship is about the whole man. It's not about just getting them to read the Bible only. No, it's about them, doing spiritual activities. Absolutely. That's the beginning. You got to start there. But, somebody may want to lose weight. Somebody may want to control their anger. Somebody may want to control the way they speak. All this is part of discipleship. They want to grow in their business. Maybe they want to reach a particular sales target, or they want to reach a particular group of people, or they want to help a particular group of people if they're running a social enterprise, or they are thinking they need to complete some tasks at work, or they want to study to improve their career. It's all part of discipleship, right? For the discipler, ask your disciple every month if you are helping them meet their goals and what you can do for them. You know what? Let's be honest. If you're not helping them in any way to advance, the relationship is not going to work, or it's not going to work as good as it could. Remember, the Bible tells us that Erastus, who was a director of public works, traveled with Paul. And I'm telling you that when he stayed in the house of Lydia in Acts 16, it wasn't only about teaching her the Bible. When he worked with Priscilla and Aquila selling tents, it wasn't going to be about just scriptures. It was also going to be about, how can you do that tent a little bit better? How can you sell the tent to other people? How can you expand your business? It would have been about that as well. Okay, the summary of the guide, this is just a video that accompanies the guide, okay? The summary of the guide is about what discipleship is and what is not. What does discipleship aim to achieve? I've told you a little bit about it, but you will learn more about this in the guide that accompanies this video. And what is required to be a disciple? What are some examples of discipleship? And then questions for you to answer. Do make sure you answer those questions. Now, what is expected? Well, I expect, or it's expected during a discipleship, for you to conduct personal application. What does that mean? It means study how the guide relates to you and what have you personally learned from the guide. Very important. Also, personal practice. How will you apply this lesson that you've learned, that you're going to learn this week at home? Oh, let me go back. This week at home, at work, or at play, or at church. How are you going to apply it? And then personal outreach. Who will you teach some of what you learned? Because one of the ways that you learn more is to teach somebody else what you have learned. Now, here's the last slide. It's about preparing for the next meeting. Remember, at the end of the meeting, you need to prepare for the next one. Are there any action to take? Are there any actions you want your disciple or disciples to take? If there is, I'll tell you. And if you want the discipler to take any actions, you let them know. Maybe you want your discipler to help you find out about some things, or you want answers to certain questions. Do a reminder, do a recap. And also, any assignments that the discipler is giving you that you need to make sure you do. And then if there are any promises made that, oh, I'll make sure I get you this by Wednesday or whatever, and make sure you recap on that. And then I put this there, finally, my expectation of you that I'm discipling. I really expect you to disciple someone else. I'm going to be reminding you about this every time we meet so that you have it in mind. Okay, let's go ahead and complete our first guide. Now, what you need to do is to take a look at the next guide, and I'm sure it asks you some questions. Read it through, answer the questions, and then we will talk when we meet. Thank you so much. This is Pastor Boomy from NICC. God bless you.